Hey guys, we're going to talk today a little bit about the most common reasons that patients come to us here at Bush. Already this year, we're not even halfway through, we've taken care of over 2,000 animals. And animals come to us for a variety of reasons. There could be a fractured wing, intestinal parasites, head trauma. So today we're going to narrow in on a few of those things and talk about them in detail. Right now, I would say the most common thing we're seeing are a lot of babies. So we have the babies that are displaced from the nest. It could be because it's storm, the parents leave them. It could be human interaction. So orphans right now, orphan babies of all kinds are coming in. The baby birds require many more frequent feedings because of their metabolism. A lot of them in the beginning, every 30 to 60 minutes. And then as they gain weight and as they get stronger, those become less and less. And with the mammals, usually they're being fed about 4 times a day, and same thing as they're getting older, it's less and less, and we're introducing new food. We do try to get them outside as soon as possible because it's the most natural environment for them, but they do require quite a bit of time and effort on the staff's part. We get a lot of entrapment, so beaks and legs entrapped in things like fishing wire and twine, things people use at the beach like weddings, a lot of the taffeta. When there are things wrapped around the beak, what happens with that is they become quite malnourished. And then for some of our entrapments, when we get, for example, a pelican that has swallowed a hook, the first thing we usually do is give it a mild sedative. As you can imagine, they're quite stressed, and that's so we can assess if it's attached to a line, if that line is wrapped around anything, and then also x-ray to see where the hook, or sometimes hooks, multiple hooks, are in the digestive process. And then from that, determine, are we able to go in orally to retrieve the hook safely, or many more times it's surgery. So then they're taken to surgery, that is removed. We have to make sure the hook has not damaged any internal organs, has not caused any internal bleeding. The other common one is they're just down, they're grounded. So that's usually the birds, they can't fly. And then that kind of goes hand in hand, that grounded, the car collision. So just separate car collisions, a lot of birds, of course. So it could be a vehicle strike, it could be a golf cart. We recently had a peregrine falcon that was struck by a plane. You know, a lot of times people that bring them in have not seen what's happened. So that's why grounded doesn't necessarily mean that they've been hit by something. A lot of times the storms will come in and kind of knock them down for a little while, and just from being down and not being able to eat for a while, they can decline really quickly. So they get dehydrated, malnourished quite fast. And then a lot of the organisms that sort of exist normally, sort of the normal microflora that are in the environment and that exist in them, but because the animal's stressed, they overgrow. So we do a lot of deworming and a lot of checking of fecal samples during that process to make sure we can clear that infection completely. And so for the collisions, when there is a fracture, we usually find that via radiograph. And if that's the case, one of two things, they're either brought to surgery to fix it or bandaged appropriately for it to heal. And so for a lot of the collisions, it really is a case-by-case basis. In the cases where we x-ray and there's not a fracture, they might have just been shaken up a little bit, or sometimes there's a lot of soft tissue injuries, but everything else is okay. So often, if we just give them some time with some anti-inflammatories, supportive care, nutrition, hydration, they often recover, usually within about 5 to 10 days.